Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. And this is your YouTube channel where you get all this free information on how to process a green card, a K-1 visa, student visa. No, I know nothing about student visas. That was a trick. But I know everything about K-1 visas and green cards and spousal visas and tourist visas. So if you need help, and you don't want to pay an immigration attorney $4,000 or $5,000, I will help you. All you got to do is look for the video. I made the videos for you guys so you can learn how to do this. Okay, so if you want to learn how to fill out the form 485, Google Diego Ross form 485. If you want to learn how to process the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, Google Diego Ross form I-134. If you need help in how to process a K-1 visa, Google Diego Ross K-1 visa. If you need help filling out a green card application, how to adjust status to green card, Google Diego Ross adjustment of status. It's that easy. It's so easy a caveman can do it. Jay Baxter, good evening, Diego and Karina. How are you doing today? We are good. And I got plenty of Mountain Dew for the live stream. I ran out the other day too soon, and it was a busy day today. I had a good day. I've almost finished putting this fence up. You know, my dentist wanted $6,200 to fix my two front teeth, and I went to Colombia to stay with Karina while we finished up her visa, and I got it fixed in Colombia for $1,200 for 4 front teeth, plus a dental cleaning, plus 4 fillings. So that was a good deal. So I saved over $5,000. And then I wanted to put a fence up, and the guy wanted $6,000 to install a fence. So I went and bought $380, I think it was, worth of wood, and I put it up myself. Saved another $5,700. So I've saved about $11,000 so far doing stuff economically. Maria, Victoria, hello. How are you guys? We are good. Karina, you got your green card now. No, Karina hasn't got her green card yet. We're still waiting and waiting and waiting. But she got her work permit, and that got approved. That was mailed to us. And today, Karina had an interview for a job with merchandising company, and she passed the interview. So now we're just doing the paperwork so she can start work. Okay, so she's going to start making some cash, some efectivo, some dinero. She's going to be entered into the system where she can start contributing to the American Social Security Fund for her future. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on, Francois? We hope you're doing well in upstate New York. Now, Maria Victoria says, congratulations, Karina, benedictions para ti. And I was the translator for Karina's job interview. Can you imagine that? Karina went for a job interview, and I was the translator. Man, talk about, the blind leading the blind. But I know Spanish pretty good. And apparently, when I translated everything for Karina, and I translated everything into English for Karina, she got the job. So she did good. Now I'm just going to have to be the taxi because we got to wait for her green card before she can get her driver's license, which is not going to be probably much longer. Probably July, August, somewhere in there. So it takes about 4 to 5 months to get a green card, okay? And 5 months, 5 months is probably the longest, as long as you submit a strong green card application. And Easy E, hi Diego, and congratulations to Karina. Yeah, so Karina's going to start. She's going to join the American workforce. She's going to commence the capitalist system in our republic, the United States. And I'm very proud of her, okay? She went through a lot to get here. We all did. Everybody watching this channel has gone through a lot to get here, right? To this point, whether it's your green card, your K-1 visa approval, your visa interview at the embassy. You guys are going through a lot of stress, but you can do it. And Francois Livingston, congratulations, Karina. Mountain Dew salute. Okay, Francois, I'll give Karina a Mountain Dew salute for getting her job today. But I was the translator. This is for Francois. Caleb, her too. Congrats, Karina. Yeah, she's doing good, guys. But the thing is this. If Karina can do it, you can do it. Right? You can do this. You just got to be patient. You got to be calm and keep a calm mind. And I will lead you down the maze. I will lead you out of the maze of immigration. Now, I've got 9 years of experience, okay, processing K1 visas and green cards, spousal visas and tourist visas. But I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice, okay? I'm not an immigration attorney. You don't need an immigration attorney to process a K1 visa. It's easy, okay? It's easy. What is it? 13 pages for the I-129F? You can do this, guys. And if you don't quite know how to do something, ask me the question on the channel, and I'll answer the question, and I'll get you through it. Francois, Diego, do you know if the Abu Dhabi embassy has a high K1 visa denial like Morocco? No. Abu Dhabi has a high K1 visa approval. Morocco's got a high denial rate, but Abu Dhabi has got a high approval rate. And somebody yet on the other live stream asked me a question about Rwanda. And if you're on the live stream right now, I will answer your questions about the embassy in Rwanda. Let me see. Caleb, how did you get Karina a job without speaking English? I want to know for my fiance. I was the translator. Karina said she wanted to work in this company. She liked the company. And I said, okay. And they needed 2 people. They were looking for 2 more people. Okay. They wanted 2 more people in this position. And I said, well, let's give it a shot. So Karina applied for the job. But we went in person, face to face, like 3 times. And I spoke to the director of HR lady. And so I said, look, Karina doesn't speak English, but she knows how to do this. She's got a degree in tax accounting and all this other. She's got years of experience in Colombia. Okay. And I said, she doesn't speak English. They said, don't worry. It's okay. We will help you. Okay. So first she's got to apply for the job. So we applied for the job. Then we went to the interview today. And I said, can I be the translator for Karina because of her English? And they said, sure. So I sat down here. Karina was sitting right here and the boss was sitting over here, the director of this company. And he was asking her questions. And I was asking him, I was translating into Spanish. And Karina was responding. And I translated into English. And a gentleman, he interviewed her for about 20 minutes. And I was like, man, I hope he doesn't go any longer. I'm running out of words I understand in Spanish. And then at the end of the interview, he said, welcome aboard. You got the job. I said, great. And then I translated to Karina, buena dicción tu trabajo aquí pronto. So right now we're just waiting for the orientation to get set up. So to answer Caleb's question, how did I get Karina a job? Well, Karina got the job. I just was the translator. Jason Mabry, good evening, everyone. What's going on, Jason? Espe, greetings, Diego and Karina. And Francois, why does Morocco have such a high rate of denials? I don't know. Maybe the immigration officers there are real strict. They're very strict. Maybe they find one little error and, well, you're denied. I mean, it depends on the embassy and the consul officer. So I don't know. Adriana Sorango Nunez. Hi, Diego and Karina. When I enter the United States, I have to have quit my Peruvian job already, or can I work virtually from the United States? Adriana, if you want to work virtually from the United States of America online, there's nothing to stop you from doing that. Okay, you can do that as long as you pay your taxes to Peru, right? You're going to have to pay, don't you have to pay taxes to the Peruvian government? Income taxes? How are you going to do that if you're in America? That's what you got to think about. But you can do it. Adriana, you can work from online. The United States government's not going to stop you from doing that because you're working for a company in Peru. But if you're going to work in America, in the United States, you're going to need a green card and a social security number. Larry Piercy, on station captain. Well, I'm not a captain. I was not. Okay, I wasn't an officer in the military. I was a senior chief, retired Navy. So you don't have to speak slowly to me. All right. Francois, hello, Adriana. Francois, oh, Larry Piercy is in the house. Yes, he is. Shall we give Larry Piercy a Mountain Dew salute, considering he bought a ton of Mountain Dew? I'm going to give Larry Piercy a Mountain Dew salute because he's on board. Let me see. Adriana Sarango Nunez. Hi, Francois. Any news about your welcome letter from the National Visa Center? Not from my side yet. Okay. Larry Piercy. Yes, ma'am. Francois, ma'am. Christy Garcia. Buenas tardes, Diego y Karina. Buenas tardes. Diego, can we submit the employment authorization online? No, you cannot. You are applying for a K-1 visa, and then you are applying for a green card. When you apply for a green card, if you want to get a work permit, you got to include it with the green card application. It's $260 for the work permit. It's $1,440 for the green card and the biometrics. So if you have to put all this paperwork together and apply at one time. Okay? If you just go ahead and apply for a work permit, the price is over $400. And then you're going to lose your money and immigration's going to deny it. They're going to be looking for the green card. Where's the green card? Okay? You apply for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit, and the advanced parole if you've got to travel somewhere outside America at the same time. It's $1,440 for the green card and the biometrics. It's $260 for the work permit. So that will be $1,700 for the work permit, the green card, and the biometrics. And you make a check out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for $1,700 if you want the work permit. If you want the advanced parole, that's $630, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's going to be over $2,300 if you apply for the advanced parole also. So no, Christy, you cannot apply for the employment authorization online. You have to fill out the work permit paperwork on the computer right here, which is Form I-765. You fill it out. It's 7 pages. You sign it. You include a passport photo with it so you can get your work permit, and make sure you include a passport photo with it, and make sure you pay for it. But you got to include it with your green card application. Caleb, awesome. Ready status since May 8th. Still waiting for Juarez consulate email. Right. What happens in Mexico is that the consulate in Ciudad Juarez is going to schedule the appointment for you. And they're going to put you into an interview queue line, whatever it is called. So right now you're going to be waiting for that, okay? Adriana, hi Diego. Yeah, I already paid my taxes. My job takes care of it and discounts me. I just don't want to stop working till I get my green card. No, you can keep working, but how are you going to get paid? If you're in America, right, you relocate to the United States, how is your company in Peru going to pay you? Are you going to keep your bank open in Peru? More than likely, you're going to get a bank in the United States with your new husband, right? And how are you going to do that? Ross Lee, Diego, Karina, good evening, Diego. We received a second appointment for biometrics from Melissa. That's good. What may have caused that, in your opinion? They were overscheduled, overbooked. This is lots of people are trying to get green cards, and there's lots of people who are trying to get their K-1 visas. You're talking 60, 70, 80,000 people at any one time. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of work. The company that processes the green cards is in Kentucky, Corbin, Kentucky. They got over 400 employees just processing green cards and work permits. 400 people working for General Dynamics. I mean, this process is by any means easy at all. Okay. So what caused it? They were overbooked. So they rescheduled. Larry Piercy, thank you, Mouseketeers. Francois Adriana, not yet. How about you? Jason Mabry, I spoke to a lawyer about our refusal case, although a lawsuit is not an option. Sure it is. She said USCIS might approve the K-1 with new information I provided. I thought only the embassy could approve it. Jason, whoever you sent your information to, the address that was on the paperwork that they asked you to send it to, that's the people. It's either going to be, there's only two people that can approve a K-1 visa: USCIS at a service center and an embassy. USCIS at a service center can deny a K-1 visa. The U.S. Embassy can deny a K-1 visa. The National Visa Center cannot. The National Visa Center has zero authority to approve or deny K-1 visas. Okay? They have no authority. Only USCIS can do it, or the embassy. And you spoke to a lawyer. Hopefully that didn't cost you too much money, because I will answer your questions here for free. She said USCIS might approve the K-1 with the new information provided. That's what I told you already. Didn't I say that? Larry Piercy, launching June 9th for the Kingdom of Thailand. Okay. Coming back July 24th if I do not get locked up. Why would you get locked up in Thailand? Larry, why? My dad's been living in Thailand for 25 years. He lives in Chiang Mai. He's never had a problem. ECB, or is that ECBSJ? Hi, Diego. Love your content and advice. That's why we're here. I can write a K-1 visa package in my sleep, guys. I can process a green card in my sleep. I've got 9 years experience. I've helped lots and lots and lots of people. And I've made lots and lots of videos, almost 1,000 videos. Almost 1,000. If you need help with something, if you want to know how to enter the United States, and if you want to know how to get your Form I-94, if you want to know how to, I've made a video about it. You just got to find it. Let me see. Francois. Let me see. Easy E. Francois, where is your fiance? He's in Abu Dhabi. Francois Adrian Sorango Nunez. We didn't get notification until May 21st, 2024, even though the NOA 2 says approval May 13th, 2024. Don't worry about that, Francois. So I think it's kind of soon to get welcome letter. It takes 2 to 3 months to get the welcome letter. Jason Mabry, I don't like lawyers, but exploring all my options. You don't need a lawyer. A lawyer is going to take your money, okay, and the outcome is going to be the same. Approval. If you listen to me, I'll save you $4,000. You can pay an attorney $4,000 if you want, or you can listen to me and you can get the same information and the same result for free. Why? I mean, lots of people are scared of the U.S. government. They're scared of USCIS. Why? They work for us. The U.S. government works for us. I'm a freaking taxpayer. They work for us. I don't work for them. Okay? Don't be scared of the government. Adriana, they can keep paying to my Peruvian account. That card is allowed to be used worldwide. Okay, that's good. Good. Just to not long be bored at home. No, that's good. Make some money while you can. That's all good. Just make sure that you pay your taxes to the Peruvian government so you don't get in trouble with the Peruvian government. ECBSJ, my K-1 visa fiance arrived in March of this year. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute right there. I don't care what anybody says. Your K-1 visa fiance arrived in April. When is the latest to be able to submit our 485 for the green card? As soon as you put together a fantastic green card package, you can send it. You got to get married within 90 days. Listen to me, ECBSJ. You get married within 90 days. You don't have to file for the green card within 90 days. But it is beneficial to you if you do. Okay? Remember this. When you get to check in with the Border Patrol, they say you got 90 days on the K-1 visa. But the K-1 visa doesn't exist anymore. When you land in America, the K-1 visa no longer exists. It's irrelevant. Now you're on an I-94. I-94 says you got 90 days. Does that say you got 90? What is that 90 days? You got 90 days to get married. If you get married within 90 days, you can file for your green card 4 months, 5 months down the road if you want to save up to pay for it, if you don't quite have enough money to pay for it. But you're not going to get deported because you're in status. When you file for the green card, immigration is going to look at the marriage certificate date when you got married, and then they're going to look at the I-94, And they're going to say, okay, the I-94 was good from here to here. You got married within that 90 days. You're within the status. You're good to go. So if you can file for your green card whenever you want, just the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take to get it. Adriana Nunez, yes, my NOE 2 letter says May 17th. No welcome letter yet. 2 to 3 months for welcome letters from the NVC. And it will come in as an email under K1 FTP. Jason Mabry, free consultation. You got a free consultation. Okay. Easy E, Diego, what are your thoughts on the Biden halt on asylum immigration at the border? We should have done it 3 years ago. There's no, you don't apply for asylum at the border of the United States. You apply for asylum at a consulate office in a foreign country. So what's my opinion? It's not going to have any effect. He's 5 months away from an election. He knows that he opened up the borders unconstitutionally. He violated the Constitution of the United States by allowing people to get a asylum hearing on the border with Mexico and America, and that's totally illegal. That's not how it works. If you want an asylum hearing, you go to an embassy in your country. If you live in India and you want an asylum hearing, you go to the consulate in Mumbai and apply for asylum. You don't get on a plane and fly to Mexico, cross into the United States, and wait for a court date. But that's what Biden's doing. Easy E, what are your thoughts on the Biden holding the asylum immigration? Does this affect the processing times of other visas? No, it's going to speed up the processing time for legal visas. It's going to speed up the process. Why? Because the Border Patrol and immigration are no longer having to contend with all these BS, phony, fake, fraud asylum seekers. Okay, it's all BS. They just want to come to America because they want to make a lot of money. I don't blame them. This is the place to make money. This is a place to be free. I don't blame them at all for wanting to come here. But you got to do it the right way. You got to, if you live in the Philippines, if you live in Venezuela and you want asylum, you fly to Colombia and you go to the embassy in Bogota and apply for asylum. That's how you do it. You don't go on a plane to Mexico and then go to the border and cross into the United States and say, I want asylum. It's totally incorrect process. So what Biden's lucky he hasn't been impeached by the Congress for doing that. He's lucky, but his term isn't up yet. Okay. So what's going to happen when what Biden did was what he should have done 3.5 years ago. He should have said, if you want asylum to America, okay, no problem. Go to the consulate and apply for asylum. You can do it online. But he didn't do that. He opened up our southern border. We don't know who the heck's in our country. We have no clue. We don't know who's here. Our country right now is in total chaos. New York City, there's 600, I think, hotels in New York City, 600, something like that. About 140 of them are housing illegal immigrants. And the citizens of New York are paying for the hotel rooms. What the heck? New York can't do that. They can't do that. The citizens of New York can't do that. They don't have the resources to do that. Okay? November 5th, we have an election. In my opinion, this channel's not political at all. I'm independent. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Okay? But I follow the Constitution. If you follow the Constitution, when you get to America and follow the Constitution, your life is good. You make money. You buy a house. You start a family. You get a car. You do all the things you want to do. But if you break the law, you're going to go to jail. President Biden, okay, has violated so many constitutional rules and laws of our country, in my opinion. There's a good chance he's going to get impeached. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm serious. We don't know who the heck's in our country right now. But President Biden is not going to win the election on November 5th. He's got no chance. He's got no chance. Democrats and Republicans both are angry at this guy. It's not just Republicans. Democrats too. They're like, what the heck? Larry Piercy, I get excited. Easy, then problems. Relax, Larry. Chill out. Francois, thank you. Adriana, hang in there with us here with Diego. Hang out here, guys. We're going to get you through this. Karina, Tokyo, and all the K1 Visa loyals who tune in 3 times a week. We are here for you 3 times a week, 6 p.m. Central Time, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Plus, I make videos during the week, so you're not bored. And if you don't know, if you want to come to America on a K1 visa, I'll help you because it's a legal way to do business. If you want to come to America on a spousal visa, I will help you for free because it's the legal way to do stuff, right? You want to get reunited with your family. Karina is here with me. She's happy as a clam. Everything's good. She's got a job. She has a job. Everything's legal. Alfredo Miranda, text transcripts are not available. That's fine. Send a packet without it. But you got to put your 1040 in there and your W-2 or 1099. Right now, if you filed your taxes like in April, it's probably impossible to get a tax transcript for your 2023 tax return. The IRS is a government body. They don't work fast, okay? They work slow unless you owe them money. If you owe them money, they'll take it from you in a heartbeat. But you're not going to get a tax transcript probably until July or August. It's no problem to file a package without your tax transcript. I couldn't get a tax transcript for my 2023 taxes, so I used my 1040 and my 1099. And immigration didn't have a problem with it. Okay, thanks, Diego. No issues. Easy. What are my thoughts on Biden holding asylum immigration? Number 1, he should have done it 3.5 years ago. And number 2, it's going to speed up the process for you guys who are doing it the right way, who are legally coming here the right way without trying to make up some bogus asylum story at the border. Let me see. Alfredo, relax. Send you 1040 with your W-2, okay? Francois, Easy, my fiance is from Morocco, but working in the United Arab Emirates. We're happy for Francois. ECBSJ, Diego, does the admit until date on her I-94 mean anything? Yes, that means you got to get married within by that day. If you don't get married, if you get married after the admit date, your beneficiary is going to get deported. When you apply for the green card, they're going to deny the green card and they're going to deport it. That means ECBSJ, the I-94 says you got 90 days to get married. You got 90 days. 90 días. 90 days. Your marriage certificate must reflect that you got married within those 90 days. If it does, you're in status. So what does it mean? Admit until? That means, let me translate that for you. That means admitted until this day, okay, unless you get married. If you get married within those 90 days, you can stay here until you get your green card. Boom. That's what it means. Easy to Francois, thanks. Hope he gets his visa approved. He will. Caleb, hoping I get the email from Juarez this month. We are so close to being at the finish line. You're close, Caleb. Not much further. You're at the finish line. You're right there. Espe, let me see here. Where am I at? Karina, help me. I don't know how to work this thing. Espe, my beneficiary is awaiting the police certificate and about to do the DS-160. How long do we have? My packet is on the way to the beneficiary, as well as an email for the interview. Did you get ready status from the embassy? Has the embassy sent you a packet 3 packet 4 email, giving you permission to process the visa interview? Okay. If the embassy's sent you an email giving you directions on how to process the visa interview, you pay the visa fee, the consular processing fee, and then you submit the DS-160. You print the confirmation page of the DS-160. You got to print the confirmation page of the DS-160. You need that for the biometrics. Okay. So, your question is, how long do we have? Remind me of the country and remind me if the embassy has given you a packet 3 packet 4 email. Ross Lee, we went and had the fingerprints done and the pictures taken. Ross Lee, you've done the biometrics. Good job. Congratulations. Jason Mabry, I sent the MVC USIS notarized letters of engagement rings only from her pastor, family, and most importantly, from the jewelry shop we brought her ring from. There you go. You have all the evidence you need to prove and show that it was an engagement ring, not a wedding ring. You did what I explained to you. You followed my advice, and now you're going to wait for the approval. You're good to go. Big Mitch, somehow it only took 3 weeks from NOA2 to ready status. I was shocked. What country, Big Mitch? I'm sorry, remind me of the country. That's awesome, by the way. That's awesome news. Rich Spice Jr. Hello, Diego and Karina. Thank you for all your help. We had our interview in Bogota at the end of May. Good and bad news. So what's the good news? Well, Karina had good and bad news when she went to her visa interview in Bogota. Her good news was the visa got approved. The bad news was we had to get an Interpol police certificate. It took 30 freaking days. So that means I had to stay in Colombia an extra month and a half, which means I couldn't buy plane tickets at the November prices. I had to buy them at the Christmas prices, which doubled the price of plane tickets. And I had to borrow money from my brother to pay the rent on our apartment for another month, which I wasn't anticipating. So, I can understand how you feel. So Rich, what is the good news and what is the bad news? We're all waiting. What happened? Jason, you're good, Jason Mabry. You did everything you're supposed to do. Everything's perfect. Francois Livingston, that's amazing. Big Mitch, congratulations. Yeah, it's a great job. Could you please sprinkle some of the dust on all of us to get our ready status? Yeah, Francois. Hey, okay, Francois, look. Wait a second. Francois, did I just knock the camera? Francois, here is lucky dust for you. Boom! Do you want to open it up and throw it on you? Whew! How about that? That's for Francois. Now I want to put Karina back in the picture because I jolted the camera. Look at that. Hey, eso. So there you go, Francois. I got all the what do you call it? The what is it called? I don't know. Karina said it in Spanish. Big Mitch, somehow it only took 3 weeks. That's great. Adriana Nunez agreed. Jason Mabry, the refusal letter was confusing. 221G stated USCIS would not reopen the case and don't contact them. Well, I contacted them in fighting the refusal. Yeah, they're going to reopen the case. Just keep doing what you're doing, okay? And you don't need an immigration attorney. You don't need one. USCIS will not reopen the case. Yes, they will. And then if they don't, you file a federal lawsuit against them. And let a federal judge decide your case. USCIS don't like getting sued by the feds, okay? You can sue them. Your immigration attorney that you got a free consultation with said you can't sue. Yes, you can. Easy E, we all want your fast processing time magic. Here's the pixie dust. Here it is, the pixie dust. Adriana Nunez, we are waiting here, waiting while people can just walk and get in the U.S. No way. People just walk in across the border. They go up to a border patrol officer and they say, oh, I want to apply for asylum. I want to apply for asylum. I lost my job at the restaurant flipping hamburgers, and I want to get a job in Arizona flipping hamburgers. Can I get a job? Can I apply for asylum? Oh, welcome. Yeah, you're going to go in front of an immigration judge in 2026. Come on in. That's Biden. But today, or yesterday, or I think it was, he just signed an executive order that blocks that. Why did he do that? Because Americans are sick and tired of his BS. And in November, there's an election. And on November 5th, he ain't going to have a job anymore because it's too late, too soon, too early. He should have done that 3.5 years ago. Okay? Every country in the whole world has immigration rules. If I was to sneak into Colombia, I would get deported. If I was to sneak into Mexico, they'd put me in jail. If you sneak into America, you get a credit card, you get free health care, you get this, you get a handshake from the president of the United States. It's total BS. And Biden's it's gonna cost him his job. November 5th. Francois, look at that. Congratulations, Karina, on your new job. Watch out, world. Mountain Dew salute. Here comes Karina. A Mountain Dew salute for Francois Livingston. I'm glad you did a super chat there, Francois, because I was getting thirsty. Now I feel better. Let me see. So, Francois, Adriana, you are so funny. Hang in there. Everybody hang in there, guys. You're all going to get your green cards. You're going to get your K1 visas. Jason Mabry, you're going to get your approval, okay? You have got so much evidence to fix that problem. And if USCIS give you a hard time, you say, okay, you go to the federal courthouse and you sue them. It's only, what, $400 to file a federal lawsuit against immigration? I think it's about $400. But you can do that. And then a federal judge will then decide your case. USCIS will say, well, this is the reason why we denied the case. And then you're going to say, well, this is the reason why it's bogus, why they denied my case. And then the federal judge is going to see all the evidence that you are completely right, and you'll get your visa. Jason? Okay? And then when immigration says don't contact them, no, they're just playing scare tactics with you. You throw the hand grenade back into their freaking, whatever. Let me see. ECBSJ, are there any health side effects to worry about if my wife is required to take all those vaccinations for the I-693? She's over 30 and healthy, but unfortunately she doesn't have the VAC records. Okay. Karina didn't have her vaccination records. She couldn't find, her mom couldn't find them. Her mom's in Venezuela. We couldn't find them. So Karina said to me, I can't find my vaccination records. My mom can't find them. I said, okay, don't worry about it. This was back in June of 2023. In July of 2022. This was in June of 2022. I said, don't worry about it. I said, find a doctor that will here's the list of vaccinations that you need. Here's the list. I sent it to her on WhatsApp. She saw the list. She goes, okay. I said, go find a doctor in Bogota that will give you these vaccinations. And then she found a doctor, and she said it's going to be like $400. I said, okay. I sent her $400 in Western Union. And then in July, she got 2. In August, she got 2. In September, she got 2. And she, 3 or 4. She got the vaccinations over a period of 4 or 5 months. One in this arm, one in this arm, one in this arm, and then. And then in November, when she had her K1 visa interview, the doctor said, the medical exam, the doctor said, you're missing one vaccination. You need a booster. I can't remember what it was for. And she said, you can get it in the United States or you can get it down here. And I said to Karina, how much is it? Because I was with her at the medical exam. And she said, it's $25. I said, in the United States, it will cost me $100. I said, get it down here. So I gave Karina my credit card, and she got all her vaccinations done in Bogota. And then they had them all documented on her vaccination report. When I got to America with Karina, we flew together to Miami. I set up an appointment for her to repeat her medical exam for the green card in Pensacola. The doctor's secretary said, I want to see her vaccination records. I took a picture with my phone. I emailed it to her. She goes, okay, very good. She has all of the vaccinations that she needs. They scheduled the medical exam. She went to the medical exam in Pensacola, got a brand new 693. The doctor signed it. They put it in a sealed envelope, and we included it in her green card application. She got her vaccinations done over a 4 or 5 month period. She just didn't go in there and get freaking 11 vaccinations in one day. She got them done over 5 months. Okay? But I understand your trepidation. ECBSJ. So go ahead and just start getting them done piecemeal. 2 or 3 per month. Adriana Nunes, I just want to be with my husband, and already we could have just crossed, but what not? We are waiting for. Adriana, I know you want to be with your husband, and we have right now a government, okay, in the White House, okay, that is more concerned about helping illegal immigrants than helping legal immigrants. We understand. And all these chickens are going to come back to roost on election day. Democrats and Republicans, the Democrats in New York City are sick and tired of Joe Biden. and the way he is running the government, the way he's running immigration. We don't know who's in this country. But when he gets fired on November 5th, and that's my prediction. Now, remember, I'm not political. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I'm going to help you get your K-1 visa. I don't care. I don't care what your political is. I'm going to help you. But you got to understand, when a person in the White House violates the laws of this land, he's going to be held accountable, or she, very soon. So Adriana, you're going to be reunited, okay? Not much longer. Francois Livingston, Diego, I cleared out my schedule just so I can watch the live chat. Well, Francois, that's a Mountain Dew salute. You cleared your schedule so you can watch us. But we want to help you get your K-1 visa done for your future husband in UAE. And he's going to get his K-1 visa approved. You're good. Alfredo Miranda, I do owe the IRS $49. Send him the $49, man. Mail him the check. Should I send the proof that I sent the payment? No, you don't have to do that. Just pay it. You don't have to prove it to immigration. That will happen when you go for when your beneficiary goes to become a U.S. citizen. When your beneficiary comes to be a U.S. citizen, okay, you fill out Form N-400. What you're going to do is immigration is going to ask you at the interview, did you file taxes jointly? Yeah, here's all my tax returns. Karina and I, we're going to file our taxes together starting in 2025. We got married in 2024, so I couldn't include her for 2023. Okay? So in 2025, we'll file our taxes together. And 2026, and 2027, and 2020, all forever, right? When she goes to become a U.S. citizen, the immigration officer is going to say, can I see your tax returns? Here. Okay, you filed jointly for the last 3 years. Fantastic. They may ask, do you owe any taxes to the IRS? And Karina's going to say, no, because I pay my freaking taxes. I want to help Joe Biden stay on vacation, because when Joe Biden's on vacation, he's not screwing up the country, right? So let's keep him on vacation in Delaware on the beach. That's where he needs to be, because then our country is somewhat, not going to be in jeopardy. So I pay my taxes happily. If you owe taxes when you go for U.S. citizenship, that's when there's a problem. The problem's going to arise is if you owe money to the government come your interview day for U.S. citizenship. So make sure if you're going to become a U.S. citizen that you pay all your taxes before you go to the interview. And you asked me, ECBSJ, are there any health side effects to worry about? No, there's no health side effects to worry about on vaccinations. If they were dangerous, you wouldn't have them. They wouldn't let you take them. Let me see. Adriana, I just want to be with my husband. Yes, Adriana, we understand that. Let me see here. Easy. Thanks, Diego. I only asked about the asylum question because my I-130 case is being worked on the Texas Service Center, and right now that's where most. Karina's helping me with the questions. That's worked on in Texas Service Center right now. That's where the most of the mess is going. Hoping for a quick process. 3.5 years ago, President Biden should have kept the immigration rules in place that were in place when he became president. That's what he should have done. But he didn't. On day one, he opened up the southern border to anybody. Big mistake, especially for people living in New York City and in Los Angeles and in Denver, Colorado and in Chicago, Illinois, all around America. It's a problem. Where are you going to put these people? Where are they going to live? How are they going to get a job without a work permit? They don't have permission to be in America anyway. It's insane. If Americans did to Colombia what South America and what other countries around the world are doing to America, Colombia would have a massive coronary. Can you imagine? It's our immigration is broken, okay? And then folks like you do this legally. You're doing this the right way. You're following the rules put in place by the Congress, and you're the ones that are suffering the most. It's crazy, right? We're in an upside down world. But November 5th, it's all going to change. Jason Mabry, I can't stand Biden, but Trump is said to make immigration worse for us. We shall see. No, Trump's not going to make immigration worse. He's going to follow congressional law. Jason, President Trump is not going to block legal immigration to the United States. He's not going to block it. He's going to embrace it because he knows this country was built with immigrants, whether from Italy or from wherever. You know, this country was built from immigrants. His wife is a legal immigrant to America. His wife, Melania, is, I believe she's from Czech Republic or somewhere like that. She came in on a work visa, and then she got her green card, and then she married Trump. Trump isn't going to try to block legal immigration to our country. But what he's going to do is he's going to block illegal immigration into our country. He's going to stop it so that you guys can get your visas quicker, so that you guys can get your green cards quicker, because immigration is not tied up with all these bogus asylum claims. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me see. What is your handle? ECBSJ. My wife got a social security number before we got married. That's okay. You can do that as long as she's in America and she had an I-94. Do we need to update the Social Security Administration on our marriage status? Yes. Karina got her social security number. Okay. And they processed her social security number with her maiden name. When we got married, and she got her work permit, we went back down to the Social Security Administration and updated her status in America. And they sent her a new Social Security number card. The Social Security number stayed the same. They sent her a new Social Security card with her married name on it, and they updated her legal status in America. When she gets her green card, we're going to go back a third time and update her status with her green card. And then we're going to send her a third Social Security card with the same number, but it's going to obliterate all that writing on the Social Security card. Right now it says on the Social Security card, authorized to work by Homeland Security permission only, or whatever it says, right? When she gets her green card, she'll go back down there with me, update her status again with her green card, and then we'll send her another Social Security card with nothing written on it but her name. Karina Ross. That's it. Let me see. So ECBSJ, do you understand what I just said? Do you understand what I just said to you? Francois Livingston, merci beaucoup, Monsieur Diego. I can't now, Francois. I took French for like a year and a half in high school, and then I got kicked out of my French class because I wasn't paying attention, and they put me in this advanced math class. They thought that would be punishment, but it really wasn't, because I like math. But I wish I had learned more French. I learned a few words in French. So you said thank you very much, Mr. Diego. I don't know how to respond back to you in French. I would say, I don't know. I can't remember French. I remember a few words, but that's it. Jay Baxter, I thought I was at ready status. The NVC said they mailed it. And when I checked, it said ready on SEAC site. So I emailed the embassy in Thailand asking what to do next and for my packet 3, packet 4 email. But when I checked again, it now says at the NVC. Jay Baxter, you're cool. You're good. You've maintained contact with the National Visa Center. You've maintained contact with the embassy. Your NOA-2 letter gets automatically extended. So what you did was you extended your NOA-2 letter. So you didn't do anything harmful. You didn't damage anything, okay? You didn't break anything. You just advanced your case by maintaining contact with immigration, which helps you with your NOA-2 letter. Rich Spice Jr., the good news is that my fiance had an easy interview. The bad news is that Colombia wanted all my original documents. Well, yeah. Birth certificate and divorce papers. Well, yeah. I live in Texas, but all my info is in Ohio at the courthouse. Rich, if you had watched my videos on how to process a K-1 visa, you would have seen in the video that you must have original certified copies of divorce decrees. You must have original birth certificates. You must have your passport if you don't have one. Okay? It's all going to be original for the embassy interview. I've made video after video about it. Rich, what happened? What happened? So get the paperwork. So what happened is your fiance went into a 221G administrative hold while they wait for your original documents. So here's my advice to you. You get the original documents, you get on a plane, you fly to Bogota, you meet your beneficiary, you give her the documents by hand and take her to the embassy with the documents. That's what I would do. But you got to get them. They're waiting on my original divorce documents from the courthouse. So to them, issue it. It can take 90 days, they say. 90 days? What the heck? Why don't you just go in the courthouse and pay the $20 and have them print it? I have a divorce decree. I went down to the courthouse, the government office that my taxes fund, and I said, I need a certified copy of my divorce decree. They said, that's $20 or whatever it was. I gave them my credit card, and they printed the divorce decree. And then they stamped it, and they signed it as a certified original document. And then I put it in my package of stuff in my carry-on bag, and then I flew to Colombia with all this stuff in my carry-on. My I-134 original certified divorce decree, my passport, tax returns, tax transcripts, although I didn't have 2023s. I mean, that's how you do it. So that's good news, but you're gonna have to get those documents as quick as you can. It's probably quicker just to fly to Texas, go into the courthouse, pay for the documents, so you don't have to wait freaking 90 days. That's insane. Arsenal Forever. Good evening, Ross. We applied for our adjustment of status on the 17th of May. Good. We subscribed to email notification. That's Form G1145. Good. We are still waiting to be notified. Also, what happens to my status when the visa expires? Your visa expired the day you landed in America. When you landed in the United States of America and those wheels touched down at whatever airport it is you landed in America, your K-1 visa expired. It's no longer functioning. It's irrelevant. The K-1 visa is irrelevant the second your feet pitty-patted across the airport. Okay, and hold on a second. Francois Livingston, that's another super chat. I didn't see that, Francois. Francois Livingston, take Karina out to celebrate her new job. That's a good idea. Thank you, Francois. I'm sorry I'm late on the. I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute, Francois. But I didn't see the super chat pop up in whatever you call it, the stream. Okay. So anyway, where were we? We were talking about the 90 days. Let me see. Arriba poco más primo, por favor. Arriba. Arriba. No, about otra. Más. Let me see here. Okay. Your I-94 is what you're running on right now, 90 days. Okay. Your K-1 visa expired the day you landed in America. Then you're on an I-94, which is a Border Patrol permission slip to get married within 90 days. That's what you got to get. That's what you got to pay attention to. You got to get married within the 3 months or the 90 days that's on that I-94. Okay? That's what you got to do. If you get married within the 90 days that you have been given by the Border Patrol on the I-94, you're in status. If the I-94 expires, don't worry about it. You're in status because it takes longer than 90 days to get a green card approved and mailed to your house or go to another interview. So you come to America, the K-1 visa goes away. It no longer exists. It's gone. It's history. Okay? You apply for the green card. If you got married within 90 days, you're in status. So nothing expires. The K-1 visa went away the day you landed in America. It's irrelevant. Okay? But you got to make a copy of it for the green card application. Let me see. What happens to my status when my visa expires? Arsenal Forever. Your visa expired the day you landed in America. You are now on an I-94. If you got married within 90 days, you are in status and you're good to go. You just got to apply for the green card. Don't worry about your K1 visa. It's irrelevant at this point. The K1 visa, do you know what the K1 visa does? It gives you permission to enter America with a Border Patrol checkpoint. That's what it does. It gives you permission to enter the United States legally. Okay? You enter America legally. The K1 visa is no longer in effect. You can't use it anymore. Now you're on an I-94. The I-94 is what you're working from now, and it's good for 90 days. You get married within 90 days. You're in status, and you can file for your green card 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the road. But the longer you wait, the longer it takes to get your freaking green card. Okay? But Arsenal forever, you have got nothing to worry about. Claire and Madsen vlog. Here, he's here. He's here. Gonna marry July 12th. What else needs to be done? Congratulations, Claire and Madsen vlogs. You were in Brazil, right? This is from Brazil. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. What happens next? What happens next is you get married, and then you got to put together a green card application. You got to put together a strong green card package. So, you're going to put your name on the title to the car, the deed to the house, the lease agreement to the apartment or the townhouse. You're going to put your name on the electric bill, the water bill, the gas bill. If you Google Diego Ross, adjustment of status, watch the video. I explained to you how to process a green card application from A to Z. All you got to do is get a Mountain Dew, a box of popcorn, sit in your easy chair and watch the video. You don't have to pay an immigration attorney $4,000, $5,000. You watch the video for free, and I teach you how to file for a green card. I've made like 2 or 3 videos on how to do it. So my advice to you, Claire and Madsen vlogs, is to Google Diego Ross, green card, Diego Ross, adjustment of status application, etc. Find the videos, watch them, and then you know what to do. And I saved you $4,000. But congratulations, Claire and Madsen vlogs. Welcome to the United States of America. We're glad you're here. You did it the legal way. You did it the right way. GLK Dog 01. Hey, Diego, how are you? It's been 20 days since USIS Chicago received my form I-485 and still haven't received a text or anything. Okay, GLK Dog 01. Did you send it FedEx, UPS, or DHL? Did FedEx, UPS, or DHL contact you and tell you immigration in Chicago has received your green card application? If they did, then you know immigration has it. Okay? If immigration has it, right now it's sitting on a shelf waiting for somebody to open it. When they open it, they'll send you a text message to say they got it, so long as you included Form G1145 in your green card application. Mapindano K Awake. I like that name. Mapindano K Awake. It's better than being asleep, right? But hold on. Ross Lee, Diego, despite doing the biometrics already, we have received another appointment for biometrics again. What do you think is going on? Ross Lee, you've done the biometrics. Why would you want to repeat it? Go to the office where they're asking you to go and tell them you've already done the biometrics. Ask them, go to the biometrics place in, in Colombia? And say, hey, I've already done my biometrics. Why are we here again? Bring the DS-160 and the passport. Go to where they tell you to go at the time they told you to be there, and just ask them. All right? Francois Livingston, congratulations, Claire and Madsen vlog. Yeah, wishing your life's best. Francois, soon it's going to be your turn. Soon you're going to be in the same situation. Claire and Madsen, thank you. We're so excited. We're happy for you. Everybody on this channel, remember, this is a global channel, okay? This channel is viewed all around the world in about 160 countries. So you got 160 countries all rooting for you, all wanting you to succeed, just like us. GLK Dog 01, As long as if FedEx or UPS or DHL sent you a message saying that immigration signed for your green card application, you just got to wait. It's sitting on a desk. It's sitting on a shelf waiting for somebody to open it. Mampendano K. Awake. Hello, Diego and Karina. You all look beautiful. Karina's beautiful. What is the processing time for a K1 visa now? It's about 13 months, depending on the embassy. Okay? 13 months from NOA1 to visa interview, unless you are in a very busy embassy like Bogota, Colombia. Bogota, Colombia is busy. Then it takes a little bit longer. Caleb, is K Messenger on here tonight? Caleb, I don't know. K Messenger, where are you? Larry Piercy, Diego, what are they giving Jason crap about? You gotta ask Jason. Let me see here. Jason Mabry, I followed all of your advice, Diego. Sorry for being a dead horse. No, you're good. But to clarify, USCIS can overturn the embassy decision or just can only resend it back to the embassy for another interview. Listen, USCIS and the embassy can deny a visa. USCIS can deny a visa from the embassy. The embassy can deny a visa from USCIS. USCIS and embassy both have equal power to deny visas. Okay? So your question is, can USCIS overturn the embassy decision? Absolutely they can, 100%. And the embassy can overturn USCIS decision. Okay? But if you send those documents that I said to you for you to send, USCIS will open the case back up. If they don't, sue them in federal court. Watch what happens. You will win your case because you did nothing wrong. You have all the evidence to back up your case. You got everything you need to support your evidence. If you sue them in a federal court, your attorney said you couldn't sue them. That's a bunch of hogwash. Okay? You can sue them, and then USCIS will be subpoenaed, and then USCIS will be told, you need to give me all of Jason's immigration documents to this federal judge. And then you, Jason, will go in front of a federal judge with all your evidence proving your case is real. And then the federal judge will make the decision. The federal judge makes the final call. He will either, or she will either say, Jason, your visa has been approved. And then USCIS will send you the NOA2 letter again, and then resend it to the embassy. Okay? That's how it works. The federal judge can also say your visa is denied, and that's the end of it. Then you're done. It's over. Okay? Jason, listen to me. The question is, can the embassy overturn a decision? Absolutely they can. Can USCIS overturn the embassy decision? Absolutely. But your goal is to get an approval. And if you're getting jacked around, okay, by the embassy and by USCIS, you let a federal judge decide on what to do. Let a federal judge decide your case. Okay? Larry Piercy, Diego, do they give you your IRS and financials back after the I-134 interview? No. I gave them copies. I didn't give them my original tax returns. I made copies. The I-134 was original. They kept it. It went to a shredder. They read it. They approved Karina's visa. Then they shredded it. There's no reason for them to keep it, but they want to see it. The original. You don't get anything back, Larry, except original birth certificates and passports. Darlene Manton, hello, Diego and wife. Karina, I did the appeal. There you go. If they still are firm on the decision of denial my K1 visa, I feel we should get married in this country and then file a spousal visa to come live here together. You can do that. I understand. You can do that, Darlene. You can go get married and file a spousal visa. There's no problem with doing that. But what I would do first is file the appeal. Go through the appeal process first, okay? That's the way to do it. Go through the process that's put in place by the Congress. Don't try to backdoor the system. Do the appeal. If it doesn't work out, go to his country, get married, file the spousal visa, and you're good. Jason Mabry to Larry, denial at the Ghana embassy due to engagement rings. Stupid, right? Jason, stupid is stupid. Seen as being married, and my fiance saved my phone as my beautiful wife. Second mistake caused our denial at the interview. The embassy thought you guys were married. They thought you guys were married. Let me give you guys some advice. When you send in your WhatsApp chats and your Messenger, Yahoo Messenger chats and your emails as evidence of communication for your K1 visa, do not include any chats where, you know, like I used to call Karina, my wife, all the time in the chats. We weren't married, but I called her my wife because that's the way we felt about each other, right? Tu mi esposa in 3 años sin pasado. Okay? But that's normal in a Latina culture to say that. In South America, you can say, you know, she's my esposa, no problem. Even though she's mi prometida, it's okay. But in countries like Ghana, Africa, Indonesia, Singapore, the Philippines, India, countries like that, if immigration sees any communication where you're referring to your fiance as your wife or husband before you guys get married, there's a good chance they're going to deny your visa. It's what happens. So don't put that information in your K1 visa application. Okay? Before you mail your K1 visa package off, screen it very carefully. Read every single chat. What did you say in those chats? What did you say? If there's anything in there that could be conferred or construed, I should say, as you guys got married, your K1 visa could be denied. Okay? It could be denied. Be careful what you send immigration. Let me see here. Darlene, do you feel this is a good decision to do the spousal visa? Yeah. But first go through the process of the appeal. Okay? If that doesn't work out, go get married and then refile. But it's not going to be such a long wait as you waited before because things are processing quicker. Jason Mabry to Larry Piercy, denial at the Ghana embassy. 77 podcast. My fiance got back her passport from DHL Senegal. She's coming next month to Atlanta. ATL is Atlanta, right? Not Atlantic City. Atlanta, Georgia. So once she come here, can we go get her social security number? Absolutely. You're going to get a Mountain Dew salute for your success story, 77 podcast. Now remember, she's flying into Atlanta. That's the hub for most international flights on Delta Airlines. I'm going to go on a limb here and say she's flying Delta Airlines, correct? If she's flying into Atlanta, she's flying Delta. You're going to have 5, 6, or 7 international flights arriving at the same time. You're going to have about, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 foreigners in Atlanta, Georgia, going through immigration. It's going to take maybe 2 hours just to get through immigration. So if you have a connecting flight from Atlanta, make sure she's got plenty of time to meet her connecting flight. And yes, 77 podcasts, your beneficiary can get her social security number. Once she gets to America, you got to bring the passport to the DS-160. No, you don't need that. The I-94. You got to bring the passport and the I-94 to the Social Security Administration office, and they will issue her a social security number that will be mailed to you from Baltimore, Maryland, which will take about 10 days. And what is this right here, mi amor? What is this? Look at this, Ross Lee. I just saw a super chat from Ross Lee and Melissa. Mountain Dew salute to Ross Lee and Melissa. No, Diego, this is Ross Lee and Melissa. We are in the green card process in Miami. That's right. We did the biometrics on May 9th, but I received another appointment for the same biometrics for the next week. How far away, Ross Lee, how far away are you from the biometrics office? Is it a long journey? For us, we had to drive to New Orleans from here. It took, I don't know, 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. For us, we had to drive from Florida to Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana for her biometrics. But if it's not, I think the biometrics, was it in Miami? Was it close? Just go back there on the day they rescheduled you for and say, hey, look, we just had our biometrics. Why are we being asked to come back a second time? Go back to the office where you did the biometrics and let them make the decision. Maybe they missed something. Maybe they forgot something. Okay? That's my advice. All right? Go back there and have them clarify why you got the second one. You didn't get denied or anything. You're good. There's no problems. Rich Spicer Jr. No, Bogota said it will take the embassy 90 days to give her the visa. It's not true. They told Karina the same thing. Karina needed an Interpol police certificate. Rich Spice Jr., listen to me. Listen up, Rich Spice Jr. The immigration officer in Bogota, Colombia said to Karina, Karina, we need an Interpol police certificate. And Karina says, okay, where do I get it? They said, go here to this address and apply for it. She goes, okay. And how long is it going to take for me to get my K1 visas? They said it could take 90 days. Okay. She got the Interpol police certificate in 30 days. I emailed it to the embassy in Bogota. And 2 days later, they issued her a K1 visa. It's not going to take 90 days. Listen to me, Rich Spice Jr. Disregard that. It's not true. That's, let me see here. Bogota said it would take 90 days. They said the exact same thing to Karina. It's going to take 90 days for you to get your K1 visa once we get the Interpol police certificate. Once they got the Interpol police certificate, it took 2 days. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody's questions, guys. I want to answer everybody's questions. 77 podcast. And to Mary, what's the best advice? Do it faster. When she gets here, or wait for likes after 2 months. You get married as soon as you get here. You get off the plane. You're in America. You get married right away. Then you collect the evidence of your time cohabitating together. You get a social security number. You get her a joint bank account. You put her on the title to your car, the deed to your house, or the lease to your apartment, or wherever you live. You put her on the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill. You get her on the phone. You put her on all the bills. You get her a bank. You get a joint bank account with her or him. The bank will send you a bank statement within about 30 days with your name on it as a joint account holders. Include that in the green card package. So get married as soon as you can, and then start collecting the evidence of your cohabitation, of living together. Karina and I landed in the United States. We landed in Miami on January 3rd, 2024. We got married, okay, on January 14th of 2024. We filed for her green card on February 29th. It took 58 days from when we got married to when we filed for the green card. It took 58 days for us to put together a fantastic green card application. We had her on the bank account, on the title to the car, onto the house, on the electric bill, the trash bill, the water bill, the sewage bill. Her name was coming in on the water bill. Here's her name, Karina Ross, Diego Ross, on the water bill. We made copies of it. We put it all in the green card application. After 2 months, we had 2 bank statements. We had 2 water bills, 2 electric bills, 2 gas bills. Okay? That was a fantastic green card application. Now we're just waiting on her green card. The best advice is the 77 podcast is to get married as soon as you get here, and then put your green card package together with everything I just said. Rich Spice Jr., by the way, it was my lawyer from Ohio that did my application. I did not see your videos until afterwards. Okay, Rich, you're good. So a K1 visa application is easy. It's easy to do. So your attorney made what? $3 or $4 grand. I'm sorry you didn't catch the video sooner. I would have saved you all that money. But, you know, you're good. You've made it this far. Jay Baxter, does the beneficiary need the petitioner's original birth certificate for an interview, or just a copy? The original. The original. But that's why I had my passport. They want to see U.S. citizenship. The petitioner needs to prove U.S. citizenship. I proved U.S. citizenship with the biographic page of my passport. I got my passport. I got a photocopy, nice and big, in color. That identified me as a U.S. citizen. They didn't need my birth certificate. They didn't even need it. But if you provide your birth certificate, it has to be the original. Okay, so GLK Dog, you sent it by FedEx, and they sent you notification that immigration received your green card application. Okay, so right now your green card package is sitting on a shelf waiting for an immigration officer to open it. That's all you're doing, is you're waiting and waiting and waiting. You're in the waiting queue right now for somebody to open up that box. You're good. Immigration has it, but they're busy. Darlene Menton, how can I assure that my spousal visa gets approved? Put together a spousal visa package that's evident that you guys are in a real relationship. Put together a CR1, or it'll be an IR1 actually. Put together an IR1 visa application that shows you guys have been dating for a long time. You got evidence of your relationship. You've got lots of time together. You spent lots and lots of time together. You got all this evidence of pictures, hundreds of pictures. I'm not saying you have to bring hundreds of pictures, but you want to have at least 50 pictures, 20 pictures of your wedding, 10 pictures of your honeymoon, 20 pictures of family and friends, evidence of communication over the time of your relationship. You got to prove a relationship. That's what you got to do. How can you assure my visa gets approved for a spousal visa? Do what I just said. KJB, hey Diego, just an update that my fiance arrived in the United States a few days ago. Now that's a Mountain Dew salute. Thank you for all your help. Now thinking about adjustment of status. There you go. Well, first you got to get married, KJB. You don't submit. You got to get married. Then you submit your green card application once you put together a fantastic green card package. If you watch the videos I made on how to put a green card package together, I'll save you $2,000 or $3,000. Google Diego Ross adjustment of status. Watch the video. I saved you $3,000. GLK Dog 01. If I didn't fill out the work permit, can I send it separate? Don't do that. It's going to cost you $400, $500, I think. It's over $400 if you send it separately. And then immigration is going to be looking for your green card application. Where is it? If they can't find it, they will take your money and deny you a work permit. You got to include it in your green card application. Francois Livingston, crossing my fingers and toes for luck for all of us who are waiting and waiting and waiting. Francois, I need to get some t-shirts made up or some hats that says waiting and waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting. I'll make some t-shirts. KJB, what website do we have to check for the I-94? I made a video on how to find your I-94. If you Google on this channel, KJB, listen. If you Google on this channel, Diego Ross, I-94, guess what? You're going to find 2 or 3 videos on how to get your I-94. How about that? Everything you need for a green card is on this channel. And it's free. Renes, next week is my wedding. Good job, Renes, in Texas. Jay Baxter, congratulations to Renes. Renes, my fiance only has a passport, but after we're married, can I add him to the lease in the bank? Absolutely. Get him a social security number. Renes, you need to be going down to the Social Security Administration with your beneficiary, like tomorrow, and get him a social security number. With a social security number, you can then put him on your joint bank account. Then you can wait for his name and your name to come in on the bank statements. And then immigration will see his and your name on the bank statements, which is going to help your green card application, right? You said also, if I take my fiance to the Social Security office and show them his passport, will they issue my Social Security card? You got to have his passport and Form I-94. You will not get a Social Security number with just a passport. You got to have the passport and the Form I-94. That's how you get a social security number. Jay Baxter, you need a social security number, I believe, for the bank account. You are 100% correct. Larry Piercy, Jason, this is Bravo Sierra. Renes, thank you, Jay Baxter. Yaha Conte. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Yaha? Denise Jefferson is in the house. Hello, Diego and Karina. We filed the 765 on May 10th. It was acknowledged on May 16th. No biometrics letter yet. Cannot make an inquiry until June 10th. Your thoughts? You're in Utah. You're in Utah. Denise Jefferson is in Utah. Right, Denise? Am I correct? Come on, Denise. You're in Utah. So that means you mailed your green card application to Phoenix, Arizona. You mailed it to Phoenix, Arizona, correct? Phoenix, Arizona is very busy right now. Denise, they are like maxed out with green card applications. So Denise says to me, we filed the I-765. Now listen, Denise, did you file the I-765 with your green card application? Did you include it with the green card application? Denise, listen. You filed for the green card. Did you include the I-765? All right. Very good. Very good work. That's excellent work, Denise. You're going to get 1 billion brownie points and a Mountain Dew salute because you're doing good work. They are very busy, Denise, at the moment, okay? So what you got to do, you got to be patient. Mountain Dew salute for your fantastic work. You cannot make an inquiry. That's correct because they're busy. In Arizona, they're maxed out. They're busy, 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 busy. You got the whole West Coast pretty much, plus Alabama goes sending all their stuff there. So give it another 2 weeks. Give it till like June 15th, and then send an inquiry. Okay, but in my opinion, they didn't forget about you, and you're going to get a biometrics letter pretty soon. But because you're on the West Coast in Utah, they're a little bit more busy than they are on the East Coast. Denise Jefferson, both were acknowledged. People seem to get the bio letter fairly quickly. Just worried. No, you're good. You're going to get it, but you're on the West Coast. The East Coast is quicker. You got to relax, Denise. I helped you get this far, right? I helped you get this far. Now you got to relax. Let me see. Renes is thanking Francois. Renes, got my I-94 from the site you said, Diego, was super easy. This is the place to be, right? This channel is the place to be to get this stuff done for free. And Renes, she figured out how to get her I-94 from where? This channel. So you got the I-94, you got the passport and the K-1 visa in the passport. You go to the Social Security office and you get the Social Security card sent to your house. Okay? And when the Social Security card comes to your house, you take a picture with your cell phone of the front of the Social Security. It's going to come in a letter with the Social Security Administration address on it, and your husband's address, name and address is going to be on that letter in a little envelope, in a little window envelope. Take a picture of that letter, upload the photograph to your computer, print the letter, the photo of the letter. That's evidence that your husband is living with you at this address. Immigration want to see stuff like that. When Karina got her Social Security card in the mail, before she opened it, I took a picture of the front of it, of the letter. It said from Social Security Administration, Maryland, her name, address, at this address where she lives. And I printed it and I put it in her green card application. USCIS want to see evidence that you live together. How do you do it? That's some strong evidence right there. Jason Mabry, if our case is approved by USCIS, will my fiance still have to take her passport to the embassy or just mail it in? How does it work? Probably going to require a return trip to the embassy. Jason, you're going to have to go. She's going to have to go back to the embassy. Darlene Manton, I'm sorry, Diego, I went off here when you answered my question of how can I assure my spousal visa gets approved. Darlene, you're stressed to the max, okay? I understand exactly how you feel. I know how you feel. You're stressed out. This process sucks to the max, right? It's horrible. It's a horrible experience. But I'm going to help you get through it, okay, as best as I can to try to reduce your stress levels to help you. I want to help you get your stress levels down and help you through the process. Darlene, you can get married. No problem. Are you going to get guaranteed of a visa approval if you get married? No, you're not. But if you put together fantastic evidence of your relationship from day one to when you go to the visa interview, then you'll get the visa. Okay? Hang in there, darling. We're going to pull you over the finish line, okay? S-Bay, would having a loan affect anything associated with the I-134 for the interview? No. Immigration don't care if you borrow money from a bank. Who cares? They just want to know how much money you make. Denise Jefferson. Yeah, I know you're in Utah. Both were acknowledged, Denise, fairly quickly. Yeah, they acknowledged it quickly, but now they're trying to get through a backlog of work. Denise Jefferson, interesting enough, the USCIS site estimates completion of the work permit in 4 weeks from May 16th. Will they process the work permit before the bio letter? No, you're going to get the biometrics letter first. First, you're going to get the biometrics letter. Denise, listen to me, Denise. You're going to get the biometrics letter first. You're going to open it up, all excited, and they're going to tell you, go here on this day at this time for biometrics. The day your husband has his biometrics, immigration at the biometrics office, at the USCIS office, wherever it is you're going to go, it's probably going to be Utah somewhere. They will notify Homeland Security that your husband has completed his biometrics, and boom, within, I would say, 2 to 3 months, he will have his work permit. And then 2 months after that, he'll have his green card. Good info, right, Denise? It's good info. It took 88 days for Karina to get her work permit. Okay? Denise Jefferson, what is meant by bio letter? It's biometrics. Are some exempt from getting the biometrics letter? No, everybody's got to do biometrics, Denise. Biometrics, the bio letter is biometrics. It's a photograph of the face, it's fingerprints, and it's the signature. Your husband's going to have his picture taken. It's going to be fingerprints, and it's going to be his signature, his full signature, and it's going to be uploaded into the Homeland Security database. As soon as Homeland Security get it, your work permit will be in process. If necessary, is irrelevant. It's mandatory. If necessary, maybe for an asylum person from Afghanistan. Somebody from Afghanistan. They got a permission to enter the United States as an asylum seeker, and they're seeking a work permit to live in America for 2 years or whatever. Temporary. It's temporary. Okay? Those folks don't even have to pay for the freaking work permit. Everything's free. There's no biometrics. You don't pay for the work permit. You're getting all these free handouts if you're an asylum person. If you come in here legally on a K-1 and applying for a green card, you got to pay for every freaking thing. What is the difference between the bio taken for the K-1 versus the bio taken for the EAD? Okay, when your beneficiary was in Nigeria, he had to go for biometrics, which was scheduled by him or by you. The U.S. Embassy checked him out in Nigeria for any police records. Now he's in the United States of America. He is creating an account with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and Homeland Security, which is basically one and the same thing. When he was in Nigeria, he did biometrics, and they checked him out across Interpol, across the police departments in Nigeria. Now he's in America. He's going to repeat the biometrics, and he's going to create an account in America with Homeland Security. His face, his fingerprints, and his signature. Homeland Security will upload it, and they will have a record of him. Once that's done, that's when the work permit will go into processing fairly quickly. In about 2.5 months, 3 months. You got it? Denise, tell me you understand what I just said. Let me see here. S. Bay, would having a loan affect anything? No. Ren S, will the what? What is the THC, Diego? Well, we'll do. Okay, we'll do. Thanks, Diego. Your videos really help me with my I-134 and the I-94. There you go. Didn't cost you a dime, Ren S. I saved you a ton of money, right? Jason Mabry, don't be a stranger, Ren S. Diego, do I apply for the work permit with the adjustment of status? Yes, you do. And for both, it is around $1,900. No, there's no around. This is the Ren S. You don't guess the price. If you guess the price and you screw up the price, immigration is going to send all your stuff back, and you're going to have to reapply. The price of the work permit, the biometrics, and the green card is $1,700. You make a check out to U.S. Department of Homeland Security for $1,700. And you include it in the green card application. That's how you do it. If you make a check out for $1,900, you're going to get all your stuff sent back to you with a nasty letter saying you don't know how to figure out the price of this process. $1,700. Green card, biometrics, work permit. One check for $1,700 made out to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Let me see. So Ren S, you're no stranger, is still invited to my Bud Garcia. Hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Now, Bud, you were just in Thailand, right? Do I need to give my original birth certificate to my fiance? Either your original birth certificate or a blown up copy of the biographic page of your passport in color. Pick one or the other. Which one are you going to use? The embassy want to prove that you got to prove to the embassy that you are a U.S. citizen. How do you do that? Naturalization certificate, biographic page of your U.S. passport, your birth certificate, and if you use your birth certificate, you got to have the original one. You can't make a printed one. 77 podcast. What is AOS? Adjustment of status. 77 podcast. AOS is adjustment of status. It is top secret CIA speak for applying for your green card. Everyone keeps talking about it and asking about it. It's an application for the green card. Denise Jefferson, thank you, Diego. We keep missing the live stream with our busy schedules. You're good, Denise. We miss a lot when you don't show up for class. Well, come on. You're with us now, so hang out with us for a bit longer, okay? I'll chat a bit longer for you, Denise, okay? If you got more questions, I'm going to hang out with you a bit longer, even though my voice is about shot. So I'm going to give Denise Jefferson a Mountain Dew salute for making it this far in the process. Plus, I can talk a bit easier, and we're going to put some pixie dust on Denise Jefferson's green card work permit application. Lots of pixie dust for Denise. What is that? JJ. Hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on, JJ? I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Bud Garcia, thank you. No worries. Ren S. Okay, we'll do $1,700 a check. Don't use your credit card. Don't go and try and get money orders because money orders are only good up to $1,000. You write a check, one check for $1,700. And you make it out to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Bud Garcia, she has my passport copy. Is it in color? Is it blown up nice and big so the embassy can read it? Then you're good. 77 podcast. Can you please break down the $1,700? Yeah, not a problem. I've got my 45-year-old calculator right here. So you got $1,700, right? Minus $260. That's for the work permit. Minus $85. That's for the biometrics. Minus $1,355. That's for the green card. But I think actually the green card's $1,400 and the biometrics has now gone up to $90. I believe that's what it is. So let's go with $1,700 minus $260 for the work permit. Okay, minus $90. Let me mess this up here. Minus $260 for the work permit. Minus $90 for the biometrics, and it's $1,400 for the. Is it 1,400? 1,400 plus 90 plus 260. No, it's 1,750. 1,700 minus 260 minus 85 minus 1,355. That's how it works out. $1,700. Green card, biometrics, and work permit. If you do not want the work permit, you write a check out for $1,000. What is it? You minus $260, right? So you got $1,700 minus $260. If you don't want the work permit, you make a check out for $1,440 to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Larry Piercy, how much without the work permit? $1,440. JJ, or JJ, is that how you pronounce your name? We completed our biometrics more than a month ago and received the go-ahead to schedule the appointment for the interview, but still have not gotten a date. We visit the website every day and it says no date. What country? What country are you in? IJ, what country are you in? Available, being more than 3 months. What are we doing wrong? You're doing anything wrong, but where are you at? Every embassy's got a different workload. Every embassy's got a different work schedule. I don't know what country you're in. Larry Piercy, how much without the work permit? $1,440. If you're going to apply for just the green card and just the biometrics, it's $1,440. Renes, I'm still down for the Mommy Juice. Jason, Bud Garcia, yes it is. 77 podcast. Hey Diego, what's the step-by-step when your fiance gets to the U.S.? You get married and you apply for the green card. And I made 3 videos on how to do that. So the step-by-step process, 77 podcast, is you go into the channel, you go into your channel. It's not my channel, it's your YouTube channel. I know how to do this already. I know how to do it. I don't need to do this channel, but I want to help you guys. So if you go into your channel and you type in Diego Ross, adjustment of status, there's a video pops up. Watch it. It'll teach you how to do it. Jason Mabry, best man coming through with that flask. Send extra pixie dust my way, Diego. Red S. Here's pixie dust right here. Woohoo! For Ren S, okay? Span B, hello Diego. USCIS website says 22.5 months processing for adjustment of status. How true is it? Totally wrong and not true. Nigeria, okay, you're in Nigeria. We are 1 year and 6 months into the process. Okay, so you're going to go to the embassy in Lagos. So what you need to do now, Denise Jefferson knows about a WhatsApp group where you can go into where you can look for visa appointments at Lagos Embassy, U.S. Embassy in Lagos, Nigeria. There's a WhatsApp group out there somewhere. Now, I don't know if Denise Jefferson is still on the channel watching us, but she knows about this WhatsApp group where you can join in Nigeria, and they will help you get an appointment at the embassy. Hedrick Soldiero of Christ Fire. Hey, guys, I received the text. They got the adjustment of status. Look at you. So the next step is biometrics. The next step is to wait for the biometrics letter. So they're going to send by email or physical mail in a letter. Here's Karina's right here. They sent her a letter. Your biometrics is in New Orleans, Karina, at this address on Poydras Street. I think it was 1540 Poydras Street in New Orleans. I said, great. That's in 4 states away. We're in Florida. We got to drive to Louisiana. So we made a weekend out of it. We jumped in the car. We drove to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. We spent the night in the Holiday Inn in New Orleans. Fantastic hotel. Beautiful hotel. 2-minute walk to the biometrics. The Holiday Inn was here. The biometrics was here. We went downstairs. We went here. We crossed the road, and we're at the biometrics. Karina did her biometrics. And then 2.5 months or 3 months later, almost, she got her work permit. Now we're just waiting on the green card. Spend B. Quit going into those processing times. They're not right. They're not correct. So 77 podcasts. Do we really need the working permits if they're going to get the Social Security number and the green card? You don't need the work permit. It's a waste of money. Save your money. That $260, you can use it. Take your beneficiary out and go on a fantastic Red Lobster dinner. Let's help support Red Lobster. Go out and eat at a Red Lobster restaurant. Help them folks out. Hydrax, they're going to send the letter by mail, physical mail, not email. Rooster, finally catching your live stream to soak up your knowledge on immigration. Rooster, we're here for you. I do this 3 times a week. Hydrax, okay, thanks, guys. Ross Lee and Melissa, Diego, I don't think you answered my super chat. Ross Lee, let me go back up. Where is the super chat? Yeah, I did. This is Ross Lee and Melissa. We are in the green card process in Miami. We did the biometrics on May 9th. I answered it, but I received another appointment for the same biometrics for the next week. Go to that appointment. Listen, Ross Lee and Melissa, go to that appointment, the second one, and go face to face with the biometrics person and ask them, why am I here? I just did this already. Why am I being asked to repeat the biometrics? You got to go to it. That's an official government letter giving you directions to do something. Maybe they forgot something. Maybe they forgot to do something. But you got to go back. You got to go to that appointment and check in. And my question to you was, do you live a long way from where it is you went for the first time? That's the question I had for you, Ross Lee. How far away is the biometrics from where you live? So yeah, I answered your question, Ross Lee. You got to take that letter, go back to the biometrics office. It's 20 minutes. It's easy. It was 4.5 hours for us. We live 5 hours away. Karina, we had to drive like 5 hours with traffic. You're 20 minutes away. Go back to the biometrics office, the USCIS office. What is it, like on the 5th floor or the 6th floor, whatever. Go in there with the letter and say, I already did this. Why do I have to do it again? That's where you're going to get your answer. Don't ignore the letter. Don't ignore the letter. Follow the directions in the letter, and you're going to be good to go. Okay? Let me see. Hydrax, so the era of Crossfire, how long does it take to get the biometrics? About 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. The biometrics letter was 2 or 3 weeks. It was not much long, very long. JJ, thank you, Diego, for the information. How do I pronounce your name? Is it IJ? IJ? Is it IJ? I don't want to mess your name up. Your name's very important. Your name's very special. Your mom gave you a name. I don't want to mess it up. Ross Lee, thank you so much, Diego and Karina. You're going to get another Mountain Dew salute, and I'm out of here, guys. Con mucho gusto. I've been talking for almost, an hour and 43 minutes. Mountain Dew salute to everybody. Thanks for the super chats, guys. Ross Lee, Francois, we appreciate it. Let me see here. I'm going to go back up. Ross Lee, your super chat. Francois, thank you. But we're out of here, guys. I'm hungry. And Karina, she wants to go on a driving lesson somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. There you go. We'll see you guys. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. We'll see you on Saturday.